Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Anna, and we're about to get into Couples Retreat Season 2, Episode 1, Dig a Little Deeper. So first, let's introduce the couples. We have Michael Blackston and Miss Rada. They were on the last season, well, the first season of Couples Retreat. We have Shamari and Ronnie DeVoe. We have Just Hilarious and her guy Daniel. We have Ajua and Styles P. And we have Claudia Jordan and KJ. And then lastly, Nick Young and Kiana. So let's just get started with Michael Blackston. I really want to talk about the dinner scene. But let's just get into these couples and the issues that they're having. Michael Blackston and Miss Rada, they're the hosts of this retreat. And they're still having issues with Michael Blackston sleeping with the side chicks. They have come to some sort of agreement that Michael can have one side chick a month, and it's seeming like he doing it on that time of the month when Miss Rada is on her cycle. Michael don't see a problem with it. Miss Rada act like she cool with it. I feel like Miss Rada is continually moving the goalposts because that's not really what she wants to do. Because first it was him able to have the side chicks, period, and then they came to the once a month type thing. But now it's like, okay, Michael is sleeping with these women, but then he's also being seen in public with these women, having them come to the shows, taking them out to eat in the green room, and it's just like, yeah, Miss Rada, you agreed to this. I mean, Michael, yeah, she agreed to that, but the optics look bad. Like, even if she does know about it and this is an agreement, it's just like, do that shit in private. Like, if it was me, first of all, if it was me, you wouldn't have side chicks. Like, I don't care what you're talking about. But just because, like, I don't want you to be seen out with the shorty, because then that makes people talk about me. They ain't gonna, some women will talk about you and think that this foul, but for the most part, women is gonna be looking at Miss Rada like she got a damn problem. Oh, you seen Michael up sitting up with that girl? Then the next day he came with his actual girl to the function. It's just like, it's embarrassing. Shamari and Ronnie DeVoe, child, they still having issues as far as when they decided to open up their relationship, as far as bringing somebody in to get the spice back. But Shamari ended up developing feelings for the woman, basically because she was lacking something with Ronnie. And I'm just like, y'all still ain't. I mean, I know it take time to figure shit out, but it's just seeming like, are y'all really still having this problem, or y'all just want to come and be on the show? But anyway, we're gonna go with it. Then we have Just Hilarious and Daniel. Now, first of all, I love Just Hilarious. Secondly, when I seen her in a preview, because I hadn't seen any previews to Couples Retreat until the day it came on, so I'm like, Just Hilarious on here? I'm like, what the hell she on here with, Country Wayne? Because I'm gonna be blue if it is. I thought y'all was done with that, but no, it's Daniel, another old ass man. She already told us that she got a thing for old men, so child, if you like it, then that's what's up for you. Apparently their issues are he is not showing her affection, and he also doesn't support her. Like, she go to his shit, but he don't go to none of her shows. She just don't feel like it's really a whole lot of support coming from him. And he say that he, he do what he can, and she's like, how you some regular ass nigga and you can't make time for me, but I can make time for you? Like, make that make sense. First of all, I'm gonna love Jess in this because she's asking all the right questions. Just with the mess. If y'all familiar with Just with Hilarious, she got this little, what do you call it? She does these Instagram snippets of hot topics going on in the blogs, and she basically make a little joke about it, and it's hilarious, and that's what is given in this show. She's gonna be Just with the mess on this show because that's absolutely what is given, and I'm here for it. I ain't even mad. Then we have Ajua and Styles P. I don't feel like they have any issues. They another one that I feel like just on the show to be on the show. They apparently have 5 juice bars. They work together and they want to get the intimacy back and learn how to work with each other better because it's starting to feel like just a working relationship, and they don't do other stuff together, which could very well be a problem, but it just really don't seem like they having issues to me, but we'll see as the season continues. First of all, let's just say how Styles P look good. Like, if I memory serves me correctly, he didn't look how he does now. When he was on Marriage Boot Camp Watch, like he done lost weight. That he been actually drinking them juices that they selling. So both of them look real good. KJ and Claudia Jordan. It's giving he's just not that into you. Like, she's saying that she wants to go on dates and she want to put on heels and I guess he's not doing all of that he's supposed to be doing as far as spending time, and it's gotten boring, it's gotten stale. So they're there to work on that. And then we have Nick Young and his children's mother, Kiana. They've been off and on since 2002. Child, I would have never known because I've never heard of her, but I don't really know too much about these basketball players. But I'm only familiar with him dating Iggy Azalea. So for him to say for her to say that they've been on and off since 2002, I'm like, yeah, it must have been an off point because he was very much with Iggy Azalea. They have 3 children together, and they also feel like their relationship is getting stale, and he's not supportive because he one of them men that thinks that he should watch his children, and it's just like, I hate that. Like, not watch but babysit, and it's like, I don't believe that parents can babysit their own children. It's just, you got your kids. It's not babysitting. Like, babysitting is an outer party that may or may not be related to you, but not the parents. That's the babysitter. You the father, so you just got your kids. Like, I can't stand that. She want to go back to school, and he told her that, I'm not watching them kids, so you need to figure out what you about to do. And it's just like, you're retired. As far as I know, you're not doing much of anything. So why you can't watch the kids while she go and figure out her career? She had them kids when you was going through your career. So why can't you do the same for her? And then he wonder why that they not having sex. She's tired. I don't feel like it. I'm going to school, figuring out who's finna watch these kids, feed these kids, probably bathing these kids, and what are you doing? Child, babysit. So, they all go to dinner, and they're waiting for AJ Johnson, who was the life coach for them last time. And I like AJ. She cool. She seemed like I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I didn't too much watch the last season because I wasn't crazy about the couples that was on there. Yandy and Mendeecees was enough for me to not watch. It's just like it's not nothing really personal. It's just like, I really don't care for Yandy and her storyline. Didn't care for it on Love and Hip Hop. I don't know. I just don't really be feeling Yandy like that. Like, it is what it is. But they're waiting for AJ to get there, and they talk about AJ coming, and everybody's getting nervous. And then KJ goes and says, they bringing another woman in so she could be on the women's side. And I'm just like, here y'all go. Later, we find out that John Sally will be accompanying her so he can be more of a life coach for the males. And I feel like that was a good move that they did because of KJ's comment. Because men have a tendency to feel like they really don't have to listen to women, or women don't know what they're talking about and couldn't possibly give a man advice. And I think that's ridiculous. Like, that's how, what was it? If memory serves me correctly, didn't Tisha and Marsau go see a female therapist, and Marsau really wasn't here for it, but he was more here for when they ended up talking to the male therapist, Dr. Francis, but then Dr. Francis ended up getting his ass and he didn't like that neither. Woman can coach a man and a woman and vice versa. And men don't seem to think that way, especially men that tend to be misogynistic. And it's like, it's always you men that are lacking in some shit, that feel like can't nobody tell you nothing. It's just like, well, you probably need to start letting people tell you something, because obviously you ain't got the answer, Sway. So the couples end up discussing amongst each other what their issues are within the relationship. And Miss Rada and Michael Blackston explain their situation. And Nick Young is like, nigga, you're allowed to have one side chick every month? And he like, that's crazy. So somebody asked him, that's what you want? I think the producer asked him in the confessional. And he was like, nah, I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's something that will tear their relationship apart. Like, that will cause problems along the way. And it is. And then Jess says, y'all got all that going on and y'all the host? That's crazy. And Miss Rada is not gonna like Jess. I already see that. I feel like Miss Rada, I don't know if she gonna go there with Jess, because Jess will go there with you as well, but I don't think Miss Rada is gonna be here for Jess Hilarious, because Jess is giving us, I'm gonna speak my mind and who gonna check me about it. I said what I said. It ain't a lie. So you can't feel no kind of way. So then they just go around the table and ask if anybody else will be comfortable with that situation. Of course, Ronnie says no, due to what they currently have going on with their relationship. And then they ask Daniel, Jess's man, and he like, I mean, I done had so much good sex that I don't really need to, I don't really need to. And Jess Hilarious like, we not worried about them weak ass Baltimore hoes that you be messing around with. Like, nobody cares. I didn't ask you that. I asked you if you wanted to have a threesome with me. I didn't need all that extra. Child. Basically, what I took from this episode is, why do y'all get into these relationships? Mostly these women have gotten into these relationships with these men knowing that they don't really want a commitment. And that confuses me. Then you get on this show and try to make them want to be ready for a serious relationship. But at the end of the day, if that ain't what they want, then that ain't what they want. And Shamari was right when she was like, well, how y'all supposed to be equally yoked? Like, y'all supposed to be like-minded in order for a relationship to work. So if this person wants to have threesomes and this person wants to be committed just in a polygamous relationship, then why even continue on with the relationship? Because 9 times out of 10, people don't, like, they're not gonna change unless they really want to. Men really don't end up changing until it's somebody that they feel it's worth changing for. And that's just period. Like, I don't know what Miss Rada want. Like, you have already agreed to this, and Michael has already said that since the beginning of our relationship, this has been what it is. So I don't know why she keep pressing, oh, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. You need to keep them hoes out the green room. It's just like, how about you tell him to stop sleeping with hoes? How about you change your stipulations? I'm not doing this no more. And if you don't want to be with me, then we just need to break up. And that's okay sometimes. Y'all be trying to force this shit and you end up wasting your entire life trying to make somebody be what you want them to be for you when they don't have the capacity to be what you want them to be for you. Like, yeah, it'll hurt. I get it. It sucks. However, why continue with something like this to the detriment of yourself, to be with this person when you don't know what God has out there for you? Like, there's better out there for you. But you got to let this go. This is probably what's holding you back. You, child, listen. You'll block your blessings trying to hold on to some shit that you don't need to be holding on to. Like, God done told you, let it go. And you don't want to let it go, well, then it's going to be an awful experience for you until you decide that you want to let it go. And if you want to waste your life dealing with somebody that don't want the same things as you, then I don't know what to tell you. This season looks like it's gonna be good. This was really short. But that's all that I really had to say about it. These men look like they about to get on my nerves. KJ is going to get on my nerves. Daniel is going to get on my nerves. And in turn, the women are going to get on my nerves simply because you dealing with this bullshit. And like you're expecting something different. And I don't understand why you expect something different when you knew from jump that y'all wanted different things. Like at the end of the episode, they all go into their, rooms, and they really mainly just show Just Hilarious talking to Daniel before she goes to the show, because her and Michael Blackson have a show to do during the process, so they end up having to leave. But before they leave, Jess has a conversation with Daniel, and they end up talking about marriage, and Daniel says he doesn't feel like marriage is the end all be all, and Jess is sitting up there like, so you don't want to get married? And it's just like, basically that's what he said. Or boo, he just don't want to get married to you, and that's just the harsh reality. He already saying he don't feel like marriage is the end all be all. Then he says that then he don't make time for you. He don't take interest in the things that you got going on in your life and your career. And then on top of that, he don't show you no affection. He don't reject the affection, but it don't seem like it's reciprocated. It's just like, so what are we fighting for exactly? And then Miss Rada is in the room going off on Michael Blackson about, I don't want you to have these hoes in the green room. And I forgot to mention this. Apparently, he's been smashing this one chick consistently. So it's seeming like a relationship. And Miss Rada wants him to interchange these bitches. Different bitch every month. And it's just like, while I understand that you don't want it to be the same chick because feelings can get involved. First of all, feelings can get involved anyway, and he can end up sleeping with somebody that he feel like this is the only person that he want to sleep with, and you're giving him the opportunity to go out there and find somebody else that is not going to tolerate that bullshit, because these men only do what you allow them to do. A person will only do what you let them do. If you let them run over you, they gonna run over you. If people see what they can do, people will take your temperature and see what they can get away with. And if they can get away with it, then they will. And you give them an inch and they take them out. And then they start skating on your ass. And now you sitting up looking stupid. So she's just basically like, I don't want these hoes in the green room. Oh, that's what I was going with my point. Why do you want him to sleep with several different women? Like, a different woman every month? First of all, how is that even possible? I know it's a lot of people in this world, but a different chick every night with the possibility for him to bring you something back? Because I honestly do not believe that he ain't STD testing these hoes. So you would run the risk of him sleeping with multiple women and bringing you back something than to let him mess with the one chick he messing with. None of it makes sense, but if you're going to do either one, fine, keep the one bitch, but let her know what her place is. And that is what it is. But that's not what none of this is what you really want. So you need to tell him that. And if he don't like it, then mama, you can move on. You are beautiful. You got a banging ass body. Don't know if it's real or not. Don't care because it look okay. Like, no, I'm not an advocate for surgery, but if it look good, bitch, I'm gonna tell you look good. She looks amazing. She's beautiful, and she seems like a nice enough woman. I don't really know her like that, but mama, is somebody else out here for you that will gladly do what you asking them to do, and wouldn't feel like it's too much of you to be asking of them. Go find that person, because Michael he has made it clear that he is going to continue to sleep with different women. And you either get with it or, get the fuck on. And I think you should get the fuck on. But child, that has been Couples Retreat Season 2, Episode 1. And I will see you guys here next week. Please drop down in the comments to let me know what you thought about this review. Let me know what you thought about the episode. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.